I understand that there are some juicy rumors running around about why our live stream didn't work last Sunday when we had our special guest, Mohsen Madawi. I am here to attempt to put them to rest. Some people think there must have been something happening out in the world. Some people have said it was a decision made internally and we didn't share that with the congregation. Here's what I know after having explored what we as a staff know about this. We know that we actually had trouble with the live stream before Sunday, and that the trouble with live stream came from YouTube, and we have no reason to think that it was specific to us or specific to that event. We did not make a decision based on the content of the service to not go live. We just had to roll with it, I learned about it just minutes before the service was supposed to start. So we actually, as of today, and today's Tuesday, the 17th, don't know if our live stream is going to be fixed for next Sunday. The good news here is that we were able to record the service, and it is posted under February 15th, so you can see it, and we expect that to be true going forward, so that if we can't live stream it, we will still be able to capture the service and you can watch the recording of it. We will try to update you as much as possible, and we apologize for the inconvenience, but there's nothing nefarious going on that we are aware of. You might notice that we are in the beginning of what we call pledge season, canvassing, when we are paying more attention to the practice of generosity, one of our core values, and focusing it on how we sustain this congregation year to year through our generosity. We rely heavily on congregants, primarily members, but also committed friends who pledge each year ahead of time for the following year so we can build our budget for the coming year. Congregant pledges make up about 50% of our budget. That's a rough estimate. And we're lucky to have a variety of income streams, but your generosity is what makes the difference between having not quite enough staff, which is where we are right now, and having more staff so that we can meet the moment. Because frankly, friends, we are growing through deepening. We are doing so much more now, and it's actually hard to get it done, sometimes impossible, with our current staffing. So pledging, making that financial commitment of generosity to sustain this institution, especially at this time when institutions are threatened, is really important. And we begin a season already on Sunday mornings. We've had individuals associated with the congregation tell stories about what this place means to them as a way for you to connect with what this place means to you, in hopes that it would inspire your generosity within your means. On the 22nd of February, we are having a really engaging, multi-generational service called Bring the Light, Be the Light. And it's going to be high engagement for families. So if you're a family with young children who sometimes chooses not to come here on multi-gen services because your kids are bored, this is not one of those times. This is one of those times when your kids are going to have lots to do. And if you're an adult who's like, I'm glad the kids have something to do, but that's kind of boring for me, there's going to be stuff for you too. I'm going to say a good sermon. So I hope that if you are here in the area, that you will attend in person, because there's joy in having bodies together. It launches the time where we hope that we will inspire you to really focus some of your time on thinking about your generosity and the pledge you can make. And then just a few weeks later, on March 15th, we're having Celebration Sunday. And that's when you will either symbolically or actually bring your pledge, and we will celebrate you and your generosity. And again, whatever it is within your means. The amount doesn't matter so much as the act of as many of us give. So, families, everyone, come on the 22nd. Also, come on the 15th of March. The house band is going to be playing, and I think it's going to be a really good time. We're probably going to get out the disco ball again this year. In the first week of March, thereabout, the sanctuary is going to look different temporarily. And it's for a really good reason that I want to tell you about. We are so lucky to be the beneficiary of a generous grant awarded by the State of Vermont Historic Preservation Division. This grant is allowing us to replace 10 of our large outdoor double hung windows. These are windows that were installed in the 1930s, right? So they're close to 100 years old, and the exterior window glazing has rotted out. There's been significant deterioration, and that means we've had an air infiltration problem, and it's time that we replace them. It's not an inexpensive project, and so the generosity of this grant is a big deal. Our facilities manager, Devin Fallon, the property team, Bob Furrer, who wrote the grant, the successful grant, have all been working and will be working behind the scenes, and actually less behind the scenes, because we will see, instead of windows and natural light, for a period of time, we will have large slabs of painted white plywood covering that space. It's going to be an inconvenience for a short time in order to have the longevity of the meeting house secured and protected. So if you run into Bob, please thank him for his work on this grant. Or Devin, know that that work is happening. Thank you to the property team for your stewardship of this beautiful and exquisite resource.